Meanwhile. Noun, the time between two events. Adverb, during the time that something is happening. Cottage. Noun, a small house. Verb, to stay at a seasonal home, to go cottaging. Gray. Noun, an achromatic color intermediate between black and white. Verb, to become gray. Adjective, having a color somewhere between white and black, as the ash of an ember. Slippery. Adjective, of a surface having low friction, often due to being covered in a non-viscous liquid, and therefore hard to grip, hard to stand on without falling, etc. Prosecution. Noun, the act of prosecuting a scheme or endeavor. Form. Noun, heading. Physical, to do with shape. Verb, to assume a certain shape or visible structure. Prove. Verb, to proofread. Noun, the process of dough-proofing. Verb, to demonstrate that something is true or viable. To give proof for. Impressed. Verb, to affect someone strongly and often favorably. Adjective, strongly affected, especially favorably. Curator. Noun, a person who manages, administers or organizes a collection, either independently or employed by a museum, library, archive or zoo. Degree. Noun, a stage of proficiency or qualification in a course of study, now especially an award bestowed by a university or, in some countries, a college, as a certification of academic achievement. In the United States, can include secondary schools. Loudly. Adverb, in a loud manner, at a high volume. Horror. Noun, an intense distressing emotion of fear or repugnance. Portfolio. Noun, a case for carrying papers, drawings, photographs, maps and other flat documents. Pouring. Verb, to cause liquid, or liquid-like substance, to flow in a stream, either out of a container or into it. Noun, the act by which something is poured. Affair. Noun, often in the plural, something which is done or is to be done. Business of any kind, commercial, professional, or public. Idea. Noun, an abstract archetype of a given thing, compared to which real-life examples are seen as imperfect approximations. Pure essence, as opposed to actual examples. Outings. Noun, a pleasure trip or excursion. Escalator. Noun, anything that escalates. Recursion. Noun, the act of recurring. Gratitude. Noun, the state of being grateful. Bear. Noun, a large omnivorous mammal, related to the dog and raccoon, having shaggy hair, a very small tail, and flat feet. A member of family Ursidae. Verb, to endeavor to depress the price of, or prices in. Adjective, investments, characterized by declining prices in securities markets or by belief that the prices will fall. Brothers. Noun, son of the same parents as another person. Verb, to treat as a brother. Languages. Noun, a body of words, and set of methods of combining them, called a grammar, understood by a community and used as a form of communication. Verb, to communicate by language, to express in language. Noun, a langue, a flat plate in or below the flue pipe of an organ. Himself. Pronoun, reflexive pronoun. Him, the male object of a verb or preposition that also appears as the subject. Barked. Verb, to make a short, loud, explosive noise with the vocal organs. Set of animals, especially dogs. Verb, to strip the bark from. To peel. Adjective, in combination, having the specified kind of bark. Hamburger. Noun, a hot sandwich consisting of a patty of cooked ground beef or a meat substitute, in a sliced bun, sometimes also containing salad vegetables, condiments, or both. Barks. Noun, the short, loud, explosive sound uttered by a dog, a fox, and some other animals. Verb, To make a short, loud, explosive noise with the vocal organs. Set of animals, especially dogs. Noun. The exterior covering of the trunk and branches of a tree. Verb. To strip the bark from. To peel. Noun. A small sailing vessel, e.g. a pinnace or a fishing smack. A rowing boat or barge. Entrepreneur. Noun. A person who organizes and operates a business venture and assumes much of the associated risk. Avoids. Verb. To try not to meet or communicate with a person, to shun. Invade. Verb. To move into. Produced. Verb. To yield, make or manufacture, to generate. Achieving. Verb. To succeed in something. Now especially in academic performance. Noun. Achievements. Emphasizing the process of accomplishing them. Charismatic. Noun. A member of the charismatic movement. Adjective. Of, related to, or having charisma. Owned. Verb. To have rightful possession of. Property. Goods or capital. To have legal title to. Verb. To grant. Give. Loss. Noun. The result of no longer possessing an object. A function. Or a characteristic due to external causes or misplacement. Realized. Verb. To make real. To convert from the imaginary or fictitious into reality. To bring into real existence. Crowd. Noun. A group of people congregated or collected into a close body without order. Verb. To press forward. To advance by pushing. Judging. Verb. To sit in judgment on. To pass sentence on. Noun. The act of making a judgment. Impose. Verb. To establish or apply by authority. Optimizes. Verb. Originally intransitive. To act optimistically or as an optimist. Organized. Verb. To arrange in working order. Adjective. Of a person. Characterized by efficient organization. Mineral. Noun. Any naturally occurring inorganic material that has a more or less definite chemical composition and characteristic physical properties. Adjective. Of, related to, or containing minerals. Reminds. Verb. To cause one to experience a memory of someone or something. To bring to the notice or consideration of a person. Cameraman. Noun. Somebody who operates a movie camera or television camera. Spoon. Noun. An implement for eating or serving. A scooped utensil whose long handle is straight. In contrast to a ladle. Verb. To serve using a spoon. To transfer something with a spoon. Rumble. Noun. A low, heavy, continuous sound, such as that of thunder or a hungry stomach. Verb. To make a low, heavy, continuous sound. Interjection. An onomatopoeia describing a rumbling noise. Postponed. Verb. To delay or put off an event, appointment, etc. Adjective. Done later than originally planned. Delayed. Housing. Verb. To keep within a structure or container. Shirt. Noun. An article of clothing that is worn on the upper part of the body, and often has sleeves, either long or short, that cover the arms. An. Numeral. 1. Comedy. Noun. A choric song of celebration or revel, especially in ancient Greece. Label. Noun. A small ticket or sign giving information about something to which it is attached or intended to be attached. Verb. To put a label, a ticket or sign, on something. Enthusiastic. Adjective. With zealous fervor, excited, motivated. Certainly. Adverb. In a way which is certain, with certainty. Chewing. Verb. To crush with the teeth by repeated closing and opening of the jaws. Done to food to soften it and break it down by the action of saliva before it is swallowed. Interviewer. Noun. One who interviews. Leak. Noun. A crack, crevice, fissure, or hole which admits water or other fluid, or lets it escape. Verb. To allow fluid or gas to pass through an opening that should be sealed. Adjective. Leaky. Registration. Noun. The act of signing up or registering for something. Difference. Noun. The quality of being different. Verb. To distinguish or differentiate. Devices. Noun. Any piece of equipment made for a particular purpose, especially a mechanical or electrical one. Professional. Noun. A person who belongs to a profession. Adjective. Of. Pertaining to, or in accordance with the, usually high, standards of a profession. Embrace. Noun. An act of putting arms around someone and bringing the person close to the chest. A hug. Verb. To clasp someone or each other in the arms with affection. To take in the arms. To hug. Elements. Noun. One of the simplest or essential parts or principles of which anything consists, or upon which the constitution or fundamental powers of anything are based. Noun. Outdoor weather, such as wind or rain. Died. Verb. To stop living. To become dead. To undergo death. Verb. To color with dye, or as if with dye. Begins. Verb. To start, to initiate or take the first step into something. Consequences. Noun. That which follows something on which it depends. That which is produced by a cause. Noun. An old-fashioned parlor game describing the meeting of a lady and gentleman and the ensuing events. Each player in turn writing a part of the story, not knowing what the others have written. Out. Noun. A means of exit, escape, reprieve, etc. Verb. To eject. To expel. Adjective. Not at home. Not at one's office or place of employment. Adverb. Away from the inside, center or other point of reference. Preposition. From the inside to the outside of. Out of. Interjection. Procedure word. A radio procedure word meaning that the station is finished with its transmission and does not expect a response. Columns. Noun. A solid upright structure designed usually to support a larger structure above it, such as a roof or horizontal beam, but sometimes for decoration. Introduces. Verb. Of people, to cause someone to be acquainted with someone else. Itself. Pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. It. A thing as the object of a verb or preposition that also appears as the subject. Problem. Noun. A difficulty that has to be resolved or dealt with. Adjective. Of a person or an animal. Difficult to train or guide. Unruly. Authenticate. Adjective. Of the same origin as claimed. Genuine. Verb. To render authentic. To give authority to. By the proof. Attestation. Or formalities required by law. Or sufficient to entitle to credit. Refugee. Noun. A person seeking refuge in a foreign country out of fear of political persecution or the prospect of such persecution in their home country, i.e., a person seeking political asylum. Verb. To convey slaves away from the advance of the federal forces. Arrest. Noun. A check. Stop. An act or instance of arresting something. Verb. To stop the motion of a person or animal. Loads. Noun. A burden. A weight to be carried. Verb. To put a load on or in. A means of conveyance or a place of storage. Adverb. Lots. Much. Plenty. A great deal. Request. Noun. Act of requesting, with the adposition at in the presence of possessives, and on in their absence. Verb. To ask for something. Late. Noun. A shift. Scheduled work period that takes place late in the day or at night. Adjective. Near the end of a period of time. Adverb. After a deadline has passed. Past a designated time. Oil. Noun. Liquid fat. Drama. Noun. A composition, normally in prose, telling a story and intended to be represented by actors impersonating the characters and speaking the dialogue. Limited. Verb. To restrict. Not to allow to go beyond a certain bound. To set boundaries. Noun. An express train that only halts at a limited number of stops. Adjective. With certain, often specified, limits placed upon it. Negative. Noun. Refusal or withholding of assents. Prohibition. Veto. Verb. To refuse. To veto. Adjective. Not positive nor neutral. Interjection. Signaling. An elaborate synonym for no. Paints. Noun. A substance that is applied as a liquid or paste, and dries into a solid coating that protects or adds color to an object or surface to which it has been applied. Verb. To apply paint to. Incorrect. Adjective. Not correct, erroneous or wrong. Sprint. Noun. A short race at top speed. Verb. To run, cycle, etc. at top speed for a short period. Matrix. Noun. The womb. Inexpensive. Adjective. Low in price. Philosopher. Noun. A lover of wisdom. Jar. Noun. An earthenware container, either with two or no handles, for holding oil, water, wine, etc., or used for burial. Verb. To preserve. Food. In a jar. Soul. Noun. The spirit or essence of a person, usually thought to consist of one's thoughts and personality. Often believed to live on after the person's death. Verb. To endow with a soul. To furnish with a soul or mind. Composed. Verb. To make something by merging parts. Adjective. Showing composure. Push. Noun. A short, directed application of force. An act of pushing. Verb. To apply a force to an object, such that it moves away from the person or thing applying the force. Dent. Noun. A shallow deformation in the surface of an object, produced by an impact. Verb. To impact something, producing a dent. Indexing. Verb. To arrange an index for something, especially a long text. Noun. A system used to assign indexes. Into. Preposition. To or towards the inside of. Emergency. Noun. A situation which poses an immediate risk and which requires urgent attention. Believe. Verb. To accept as true, particularly without absolute certainty, i.e., as opposed to knowing. Layer. Noun. A single thickness of some material covering a surface. Verb. To cut or divide something into layers. Meters. Noun. Always meter. A device that measures things. Verb. To measure with a metering device. Prejudice. Noun. An adverse judgment or opinion formed beforehand or without knowledge of the facts. Verb. To have a negative impact on someone's position, chances, etc. Extroverted. Adjective. Turned or thrust outwards, especially. Dispute. Noun. An argument or disagreement. A failure to agree. Verb. To contend in argument. To argue against something maintained, upheld, or claimed by another. Associated. Verb. To join in or form a league, union, or association. Adjective. Of a person or thing, connected with something or another person. Rates. Noun. The worth of something. Value. Verb. To assign or be assigned a particular rank or level. Verb. To berate, scold. Noun. British, New Zealand, or Australian. Taxes. Usually on property, levied by local government. Donkey. Noun. A domestic animal, equus asinus asinus, similar to a horse. Recognized. Verb. To match something or someone which one currently perceives to a memory of some previous encounter with the same person or thing. Verb. To cognize again. Adjective. Notable, distinguished, honored. Beg. Noun. The act of begging, an imploring request. Verb. To request the help of someone, often in the form of money. Frightened. Verb. To cause to feel fear, to scare, to cause to feel alarm or fright. Adjective, afraid, suffering from fear. Pathetic. Adjective, arousing pity, sympathy, or compassion. Rejected. Verb, to refuse to accept. Save. Noun, in various sports, a block that prevents an opponent from scoring. Verb, to prevent harm or difficulty. Preposition, except, with the exception of. Conjunction, unless, except. Boiler. Noun, a person who boils something. Renovating. Verb, to renew, to revamp something to make it look new again. Engraved. Verb, to carve text or symbols into something, usually for the purposes of identification or art. Verb, to put in a grave. To bury. Adjective, made by engraving. Positivity. Noun, the condition of being positive, in all senses, positivism. Optimism. Least. Noun, something of the smallest possible extent. An indivisible unit. Adverb, used for forming superlatives of adjectives, especially those that do not form the superlative by adding est. Noticed. Verb, to remark upon, to mention. Barrier. Noun, a structure that bars passage. Verb, to block or obstruct with a barrier. Met. Verb, to make contact with, while in proximity. Received. Verb, to take, as something that is offered, given, committed, sent, paid, etc. To accept, to be given something. Adjective, generally accepted as correct or true. Experiences. Noun, the effect upon the judgment or feelings produced by any event, whether witnessed or participated in. Personal and direct impressions as contrasted with description or fancies. Personal acquaintance. Actual enjoyment or suffering. Verb, to observe certain events, undergo a certain feeling or process, or perform certain actions that may alter one or contribute to one's knowledge, opinions, or skills. Kilo. Noun, in the international system of units, the base unit of mass, conceived of as the mass of 1 liter of water, but now defined by taking the fixed numerical value of the Planck constant h to be 6.626070015 times 10 to 34 when expressed in units of kilogram. Operator m2. Operator s-1. Symbol. Kilogram. Determines. Verb, to set the boundaries or limits of. Elusive. Adjective, evading capture, comprehension or remembrance. Clinical. Noun, a medical student's session spent in a real-world nursing environment. Adjective, of or pertaining to a medical clinic or facility. Put. Noun, a right to sell something at a predetermined price. Verb, to place something somewhere. A noise. Noun, a feeling of discomfort or vexation caused by what one dislikes. Verb, to disturb or irritate, especially by continued or repeated acts. To bother with unpleasant deeds. Skilled. Adjective, having or showing skill, skillful. Actors. Noun, a person who performs, plays a part in a theatrical play or film. Needs. Adverb, of necessity, necessarily, indispensably, used with an auxiliary verb, often must, and equivalent to of need. Career. Noun, one's calling in life, a person's occupation, one's profession. Verb, to move rapidly straight ahead, especially in an uncontrolled way. Shared. Verb, to give part of what one has to somebody else to use or consume. Verb, to cut, to shear, to cleave, to divide. Adjective, used by multiple entities or for multiple purposes or in multiple ways. Destiny. Noun, that to which any person or thing is destined. A predetermined state, a condition predestined by the divine or by human will. Bring. Verb, detransitive, to transport toward somebody, somewhere. Cause. Noun, often with of, typically of adverse results. The source of, or reason for. an event or action, that which produces or affects a result. Verb, to set off an event or action. Reassignment. Noun, the act of reassigning, a second or subsequent assignment. Breathed. Verb, to draw air into, inhale, and expel air from, exhale, the lungs in order to extract oxygen and excrete waste gases. Problem. Noun, a difficulty that has to be resolved or dealt with. Adjective, of a person or an animal, difficult to train or guide. Unruly. Agility. Noun, the quality of being agile, the power of moving the limbs quickly and easily. Quickness of motion. Speaking. Adjective, used in speaking. Scale. Noun, a ladder, a series of steps, a means of ascending. Verb, to change the size of something whilst maintaining proportion, especially to change a process in order to produce much larger amounts of the final product. Soup. Noun, any of various dishes commonly made by combining liquids, such as water or stock with other ingredients, such as meat and vegetables, that contribute flavor and texture. Verb, to feed, to provide with soup or a meal. Password. Noun, a word used to gain admittance or to gain access to information. Watchword. Verb, to protect with a password. Classroom. Noun, a room, often in a school, where classes take place. Algorithm. Noun, a collection of ordered steps that solve a mathematical problem. A precise step-by-step plan for a computational procedure that possibly begins with an input value and yields an output value in a finite number of steps. Harmony. Noun, agreement or accord. As. Adverb, to such an extent or degree, to the same extent or degree. Preposition, introducing a basis of comparison with an object in the objective case. Conjunction, in the same way or manner that, to the same degree that. Shelter. Noun, a refuge, haven or other cover or protection from something. Verb, to provide cover from damage or harassment. To shield, to protect. Gardens. Noun, an outdoor area containing one or more types of plants, usually plants grown for food or ornamental purposes. Verb, to grow plants in a garden. To create or maintain a garden. 60. Numeral, the cardinal number occurring after 59 and before 61. Represented in Roman numerals as LX and in Arabic numerals as 60. Festival. Noun, an event or community gathering, usually staged by a local community, which centers on some theme, sometimes on some unique aspect of the community. Adjective, pertaining to a feast or feast day, now only as the noun used attributively. Organized. Verb, to arrange in working order. Adjective, of a person, characterized by efficient organization. Affair. Noun, often in the plural, something which is done or is to be done. Business of any kind, commercial, professional, or public. Paperwork. Noun, routine work involving written documents. Backward. Noun, the state behind or past. Adjective, of motion, in the direction towards the back. Adverb, of motion, in the direction towards the back. Backwards. Command. Noun, an order to do something. Verb, to order, give orders, to compel or direct with authority. Fluff. Noun, anything light, soft or fuzzy, especially fur, hair, feathers. Verb, to make something fluffy. Salami. Noun, a large cured meat sausage of Italian origin, served in slices. Escape. Noun, the act of leaving a dangerous or unpleasant situation. Verb, to get free, to free oneself. Aim. Noun, the pointing of a weapon, as a gun, a dart, or an arrow, or object, in the line of direction with the object intended to be struck. The line of fire, the direction of anything, such as a spear, a blow, a discourse, a remark, towards a particular point or object, with a view to strike or affect it. Verb, to point or direct a missile, or a weapon which propels as missile, towards an object or spot with the intent of hitting it. Cut off. Verb, to remove via cutting. Jewelry. Noun, collectively, personal ornamentation such as rings, necklaces, brooches and bracelets, made of precious metals and sometimes set with gemstones. Prettiest. Adjective, pleasant to the sight or other senses. Attractive, especially of women or children, but less strikingly than something beautiful. Decorate. Verb, to furnish with decorations. Occasions. Noun, a favorable opportunity, a convenient or timely chance. Verb, to cause, to produce, to induce. Mountain. Noun, an elevation of land of considerable dimensions rising more or less abruptly, forming a conspicuous figure in the landscape, usually having a small extent of surface at its summit. Met. Verb, to make contact with, while in proximity. Ancient. Noun, a person who is very old. Adjective, having lasted from a remote period, having been of long duration, of great age, very old. Diversify. Verb, to make diverse or various in form or quality, to give variety, to distinguish by numerous differences or aspects. Nutritionist. Noun, an expert or specialist in nutrition or nutritionistics. Mutable. Noun, something mutable, a variable or value that can change. Adjective, changeable, dynamic, evolutive, inclined to change, evolve. Mutate. Niece. Noun, a daughter of one's sibling, brother-in-law, or sister-in-law, either the daughter of one's brother, fraternal niece, or of one's sister, sororal niece. Spade. Noun, a garden tool with a handle and a flat blade for digging. Not to be confused with a shovel, which is used for moving earth or other materials. Verb, to turn over soil with a spade to loosen the ground for planting. Artwork. Noun, a painting, drawing, sculpture or other piece of creative, visual art. Misunderstandings. Noun, a mistake as to the meaning of something or a specific point of view. Erroneous interpretation or comprehension. Misconception. Optimized. Verb, originally intransitive, to act optimistically or as an optimist. Fake. Noun, something which is not genuine, or is presented fraudulently. Verb, to cheat, to swindle, to steal, to rob. Adjective, not real, false, fraudulent. Profession. Noun, a declaration of belief, faith or one's opinion, whether genuine or pretended. Improvement. Noun, the act of improving, advancement or growth, a bettering. Reputation. Noun, what somebody is known for. Meanings. Noun, of words or symbols, the entity, perception, feeling or concept thereby represented or evoked. Female. Noun, one of the female, feminine, sex or gender. Adjective, belonging to the sex which typically produces eggs, ova, or to the gender which is typically associated with it. Blow up. Verb, to explode or be destroyed by explosion. Sigh. Noun, a deep, prolonged audible inhale and exhale of breath, as when fatigued, frustrated, grieved, or relieved. The act of sighing. Verb, to inhale a larger quantity of air than usual, and immediately expel it, to make a deep single audible respiration, especially as the result or involuntary expression of fatigue, exhaustion, grief, sorrow, frustration, or the like. Interjection, an expression of fatigue, exhaustion, grief, sorrow, frustration, or the like, often used in casual written contexts. Comedy. Noun, a choric song of celebration or revel, especially in ancient Greece. Officially. Adverb, in an official manner, according to official rules or regulations. Extreme. Noun. The greatest or utmost point, degree or condition. Adjective. Of a place. The most remote, farthest or outermost. Adverb. Extremely. Mobility. Noun. The ability to move, capacity for movement. Invitations. Noun. The act of inviting. Solicitation. The requesting of a person's company. Blockbuster. Noun. A high explosive bomb used for the purposes of demolishing extensive areas, such as a city block. Bed. Noun. A piece of furniture, usually flat and soft, on which to rest or sleep. Verb. Senses relating to a bed as a place for resting or sleeping. Shortcuts. Noun. A path between 2 points that is faster than the commonly used paths. Verb. To take or use a shortcut. Lettuce. Noun. An edible plant, Lactuca sativa and its close relatives, having a head of green and or purple leaves. Diagnostics. Noun. Any technique used in medical diagnosis. Gay. Noun. Chiefly in plural or attributive. A homosexual, especially a male homosexual. See also lesbian. Verb. To make happy or cheerful. Adjective. Possibly obsolete. Happy, joyful, and lively. Adverb. Possibly obsolete. Considerably. Very. Homeowner. Noun. Someone who owns a house. Browsing. Verb. To scan. To casually look through in order to find items of interest, especially without knowledge of what to look for beforehand. Noun. A place abounding with shrubs where animals may browse. Only. Noun. An only child. Adjective. Alone in a category. Adverb. Without others or anything further. Exclusively. Conjunction. Under the condition that. But. Activation. Noun. Making active and effective, bringing into a state of activity. Business. Noun. A specific commercial enterprise or establishment. Adjective. Of. To. Pertaining to or utilized for purposes of conducting trade, commerce, governance, advocacy or other professional purposes. Printer. Noun. One who makes prints. Inspiration. Noun. The drawing of air into the lungs, accomplished in mammals by elevation of the chest walls and flattening of the diaphragm, as part of the act of respiration. Evidence. Noun. Facts or observations presented in support of an assertion. Verb. To provide evidence for, or suggest the truth of. Forecasted. Verb. To estimate how something will be in the future. Adjective. That has been forecast. Charming. Verb. To seduce, persuade or fascinate someone or something. Noun. The casting of a magical charm. Adjective. Pleasant, charismatic. Airport. Noun. An airfield. An area designated for the takeoff and landing of aircraft, including one or more runways and, for commercial airports, one or more passenger terminals. Branch. Noun. The woody part of a tree arising from the trunk and usually dividing. Verb. To arise from the trunk or a larger branch of a tree. Pointer. Noun. Anything that points or is used for pointing. Awkward. Noun. Someone or something that is awkward. Adjective. Lacking dexterity in the use of the hands, or of instruments. Adverb. In a backwards direction. Empire. Adjective. Furniture. Following or imitating a style popular during the First French Empire, 1804 to 1814. Noun. A political unit, typically having an extensive territory or comprising a number of territories or nations, especially one comprising one or more kingdoms, and ruled by a single supreme authority. Blockbuster. Noun. A high explosive bomb used for the purposes of demolishing extensive areas, such as a city block. Details. Noun. Something small enough to escape casual notice. Verb. To explain in detail. Scrap. Noun. A small piece, a fragment, a detached, incomplete portion. Verb. To discard. Fly. Noun. Any insect of the order Diptera, characterized by having 2 wings, except for some wingless species, also called true flies. Border. Noun. The outer edge of something. Verb. To put a border on something. Float. Noun. A buoyant device used to support something in water or another liquid. Verb. Of an object or substance. To be supported by a liquid of greater density than the object so as that part of the object or substance remains above the surface. Sandcastle. Noun. A sculpture made of sand and resembling a miniature castle, typically, but not always, made for fun by a child on a beach. Insecticides. Noun. A substance used to kill insects. Reporter. Noun. Someone or something that reports. Possessions. Noun. Control or occupancy of something for which one does not necessarily have private property rights. Man. Noun. An adult male human. Interjection. Used to place emphasis upon something or someone. Sometimes, but not always, when actually addressing a man. Evil. Noun. Moral badness, wickedness, malevolence. The forces or behaviors that are the opposite or enemy of good. Adjective. Intending to harm. Malevolent. Bike. Noun. A vehicle that has 2 wheels, one behind the other, a steering handle, and a saddle seat or seats, and is usually propelled by the action of a rider's feet upon pedals. Verb. To ride a bike. Noun. A motorcycle. Noun. A local woman who is sexually promiscuous. Owner. Noun. One who owns something. Email. Noun. A system for transferring messages from one computer to another, usually through a network. Verb. To send an email or emails to. Executions. Noun. The act, manner or style of executing. Actions, maneuvers, performances. Red. Noun. Any of a range of colors having the longest wavelengths, 670 nanometers, of the visible spectrum. A primary additive color for transmitted light. The color obtained by subtracting green and blue from white light using magenta and yellow filters. The color of blood, ripe strawberries, etc. Adjective. Having red as its color. Does. Verb. Auxiliary, a syntactic marker. Neurologist. Noun. A doctor or scientist who practices or specializes in neurology. Encourage. Verb. To mentally support, to motivate, give courage, hope or spirit. Sous. Noun. An old French copper coin equal to 1/20th of a livre or 12 deniers. 1 sou is to the livre as 1 shilling is to the pound. Main. Verb. Short for mainline. Adjective. Of chief or leading importance. Prime. Principal. Adverb. Exceedingly, extremely, greatly, mightily, very, very much. Complete. Noun. A completed survey. Verb. To finish, to make done, to reach the end. Adjective. With all parts included, with nothing missing. Full. Attending. Verb. To set on fire. Kindle. Verb. To listen to something or someone. To pay attention to. Regard. Heed. Noun. A physician on the staff of a hospital, especially the principal one that supervises a patient's care. Adjective. That attend or attends. That is or are in attendance. Attendant. Cameraman. Noun. Somebody who operates a movie camera or television camera. Recorded. Verb. To make a record of information. Adjective. That has been fixed into a physical medium. For example, a book, compact disc or videotape. Refugee. Noun. A person seeking refuge in a foreign country out of fear of political persecution or the prospect of such persecution in their home country, i.e., a person seeking political asylum. Verb. To convey. Slaves. Away from the advance of the federal forces. Ghost. Noun. The spirit. The soul of man. Verb. To haunt. To appear to in the form of an apparition. Nature. Noun. The natural world. That which consists of all things unaffected by or predating human technology. Production. And design. Compare ecosystem. Verb. To endow with natural qualities. Assets. Noun. Something or someone of any value. Any portion of one's property or effects so considered. Noun. Any property or object of value that one possesses. Usually considered as applicable to the payment of one's debts. Provoke. Verb. To cause someone to become annoyed or angry. Empathy. Noun. Identification with or understanding of the thoughts, feelings, or emotional state of another person. Reliability. Noun. The quality of being reliable, dependable or trustworthy. Coordinate. Noun. A number representing the position of a point along a line, arc, or similar one-dimensional figure. Verb. To synchronize. Activities. Adjective. Of the same rank. Equal. Grapes. Noun. A small, round, smooth-skinned edible fruit, usually purple, red, or green, that grows in bunches on vines of genus Vitis. Verb. To pick grapes. Puppet. Noun. Any small model of a person or animal able to be moved by strings or rods. Or in the form of a glove. Reorganize. Verb. To organize something again, or in a different manner. Negotiator. Noun. One who negotiates. Long. Noun. A long vowel. Verb. To take a long position in. Adjective. Having much distance from one terminating point on an object or an area to another terminating point. Usually applies to horizontal dimensions. See usage notes below. Dusk. Noun. A period of time at the end of day when the sun is below the horizon but before the full onset of night, especially the darker part of twilight. Verb. To begin to lose light or whiteness. To grow dusk. Adjective. Tending to darkness or blackness. Moderately dark or black. Dusky. Organize. Verb. To arrange in working order. Pal. Noun. A friend. Buddy. Mate. Cobber. Someone to hang around with. Verb. Be friends with. Hang around with. Domains. Noun. A geographic area owned or controlled by a single person or organization. Cash. Noun. Money in the form of notes, bills and coins. As opposed to checks or electronic transactions. Verb. To exchange. A check, for money in the form of notes, bills. Adjective. Great. Excellent. Cool. Republican. Noun. Someone who favors a republic as a form of government. Adjective. Advocating or supporting a republic as a form of government. Advocating or supporting republicanism. Cave. Noun. A large, naturally occurring cavity formed underground or in the face of a cliff or a hillside. Verb. To surrender. Publisher. Noun. One who publishes, especially books. Monocle. Noun. A single lens, usually in a wireframe, and used to correct vision for only one eye. Mistakes. Noun. An error. A blunder. Verb. To understand wrongly. Taking one thing or person for another. Eventually. Adverb. In the end. At some later time. Especially after a long time. A series of problems. Struggles. Delays or setbacks. Retroactive. Adjective. Extending in scope. Effect. Application or influence to a prior time or to prior conditions. Scenes. Noun. The location of an event that attracts attention. Ours. Pronoun. That which belongs to us. The possessive case of we, used without a following noun. Cemetery. Noun. A place where the dead are buried. A graveyard or memorial park. Gardens. Noun. An outdoor area containing one or more types of plants. Usually plants grown for food or ornamental purposes. Verb. To grow plants in a garden. To create or maintain a garden. Accept. Verb. To receive, especially with a consent, with favor, or with approval. Adjective. Accepted. Breakthrough. Noun. An advance through and past enemy lines. Adjective. Characterized by major progress or overcoming some obstacle. Judicial. Noun. That branch of government which is responsible for maintaining the courts of law and for the administration of justice. Adjective. Of or relating to the administration of justice. Census. Noun. An official count or enumeration of members of a population. Not necessarily human. Usually residents or citizens in a particular region. Often done at regular intervals. Verb. To conduct a census on. Preparation. Noun. The act of preparing or getting ready. Sacrifice. Noun. The offering of anything to a god. A consecratory rite. Verb. To offer something as a gift to a deity. Equipment. Noun. The act of equipping, or the state of being equipped, as for a voyage or expedition. Splint. Noun. An inferior kind of cannel coal from Scottish collieries. Having a slaty structure. Noun. A narrow strip of wood split or peeled from a larger piece. Verb. To apply a splint to. To fasten with splints. Greatness. Noun. The state, condition, or quality of being great. Exhilarating. Verb. To cheer up, to gladden, to make happy. Adjective. Refreshingly thrilling. Credit. Noun. Reliance on the truth of something said or done. Faith. Trust. Verb. To believe. To put credence in. Choice. Noun. An option. A decision. An opportunity to choose or select something. Adjective. Especially good or preferred. Produce. Verb. To yield, make or manufacture, to generate. Pushed. Verb. To apply a force to an object, such that it moves away from the person or thing applying the force. Gesture. Noun. A motion of the limbs or body, especially one made to emphasize speech. Verb. To make a gesture or gestures. Curator. Noun. A person who manages, administers or organizes a collection, either independently or employed by a museum, library, archive or zoo. Slicing. Verb. To cut into slices. Noun. The action of the verb to slice. Bell. Noun. A percussive instrument made of metal or other hard material, typically but not always in the shape of an inverted cup with a flared rim, which resonates when struck. Verb. To attach a bell to. Armchair. Noun. A chair with supports for the arms or elbows. Verb. To create based on theory or general knowledge rather than data. Adjective. Remote from actual involvement, including a person retired from previously active involvement. Expected. Verb. To predict or believe that something will happen. Adjective. Anticipated. Thought to be about to arrive or occur. Heated. Verb. To cause an increase in temperature of an object or space. To cause to become hot. Often with up. Adjective. Very agitated, angry or impassioned. Nanny. Noun. A child's nurse. Verb. To serve as a nanny. Sale. Noun. A hall. Certification. Noun. The act of certifying. Interest. Noun. The price paid for obtaining, or price received for providing, money or goods in a credit transaction, calculated as a fraction of the amount or value of what was borrowed. Verb. To engage the attention of. To awaken interest in. To excite emotion or passion in behalf of a person or thing. Part. Noun. A portion. A component. Verb. To leave the company of. Adjective. Fractional. Partial. Adverb. Partly. Partially. Fractionally. Bit. Noun. A piece of metal placed in a horse's mouth and connected to the reins to direct the animal. Verb. To put a bridle upon. To put the bit in the mouth of a horse. Fascination. Noun. The act of bewitching, or enchanting. Algorithmic. Adjective, of, relating to, or being an algorithm. Cooks. Noun. A person who prepares food. Verb. To prepare food. For eating by heating it. Often by combining it with other ingredients. Verb. To make the noise of the cuckoo. Verb. To throw cars. Noun. A wheeled vehicle that moves independently. With at least 3 wheels. Powered mechanically. Steered by a driver and mostly for personal transportation. Noun. A turn. Noun. The first part of a cons in Lisp. The first element of a list. Consultant. Noun. A person or party that is consulted. Declarations. Noun. A written or oral indication of a fact, opinion, or belief. Introduces. Verb. Of people, to cause someone to be acquainted with someone else. Renowned. Adjective. Famous, celebrated, or well-known. Highest. Adjective. Very elevated. Extending or being far above a base. Tall. Lofty. Adverb. In or to an elevated position.